Imagine this. You get kicked out of school, you're living in a trailer, and people are laughing at you. That's how Eminem started. A white kid in a black-dominated rap game. Sounds like a joke, right? He got booed at rap battles. People told him, "You'll never be a real rapper." So what did he do? He wrote lyrics every single day. While others gave up, he rhymed his pain. While others made excuses, he chased the perfect rhyme. Then one day, Dr. Dre heard his demo and said something legendary. "I don't care what color he is, he's a genius." And just like that, a kid from a trailer became Eminem. Eminem isn't just hits. It's anger, addiction, and a battle with himself. He got so famous, he almost destroyed himself. Pills, overdoses. The moment doctor said, "A little more, and it's over." And you know the scariest part? He forgot how to rap. Yes, a legend forgot his own weapon. But he came back, slowly, painfully, honestly. And when Eminem took the mic again, it wasn't just a comeback. It was a message. Even if you've fallen really deep, you can get back up. Do you know why Eminem still scares the industry? Because he doesn't play by the rules. He disses stars. He laughs at himself. He says what others are too afraid to even think. He's over 50, and young rappers are still thinking, "Please don't mention my name in a track." Because if Eminem mentions you, Google already knows. He's not the trendiest, he's not the nicest, but when he grabs the mic, everyone listens. And that's scarier than any scandal. Not a contract, not money, just one track. If he had failed, no one would have remembered him. No fans, no legacy, nothing. He stood in the studio, hands shaking, heart racing, feeling the weight of everything he had ever worked for. Every line mattered, every rhyme counted, every word had to hit its mark. Dr. Dre heard that track, and that was enough to change everything. The moral? Sometimes your whole life depends on one moment, one you've been preparing for years, one chance to prove yourself, and you can't waste it. Do you know what Eminem feared the most? Not hate, not failure, silence. That moment when no one is listening, when your words vanish into thin air, when the music you pour your soul into doesn't matter to anyone. That fear kept him awake at night. That fear pushed him to write faster, punch harder, rhyme sharper. Every lyric had to hit, every verse had to resonate. He didn't chase fame, he didn't chase awards, he chased survival. The survival of his voice, his story, his truth. And sometimes that meant pushing himself beyond what seemed human. Hours in the studio, alone, sweat dripping, hands trembling, but still writing, still rapping, because silence was worse than exhaustion. Even when the world doubted him, even when critics laughed, Eminem kept going. Every track, every battle, every stage. Because for him, music isn't just music, it's life, it's everything. And when he finally grabs the mic, the silence disappears. The crowd listens, the industry listens, the world listens. And that fear, that silence he dreaded, it's what made him one of the greatest. Eminem wrote "Lose Yourself" for the movie 8 Mile. The track became legendary, but the journey to it was far from easy. He sat in the studio, notes and rhymes in front of him, but his heart was racing, hands trembling. The first version didn't feel right. He rewrote lines multiple times, pouring all his fear and doubt into every word. For him, music was more than a track. It was the moment to show the world who he really was. And that made every line heavier. Dr. Dre heard the demo. He listened carefully, without a word, and then said, "This is magic." That was the moment Eminem realized all his fear, all his trembling wasn't wasted. The moral? Sometimes fear and pressure create a masterpiece. Sometimes your strongest work emerges when you're most afraid. Eminem showed the world that when you give it your all, even nerves can become your power. He took that fear and turned it into a legendary track that inspires millions. And remember, pain, fear, and pressure can be your allies if you're not afraid to go all the way.